All right, we are here with 1992 graduate Joe Estes. Joe, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to talk with us today. Talk a little bit about what you've been up to since you graduated.
Well, it's like I said, it's been some years since '92, and actually at that time, um, after high school, I was able to go on and play at Loyola University in Chicago. Had a pretty good college career there. Had a chance to do a lot of neat things, meet a lot of great people. Had a chance to play against a lot of NBA players, um, pro-am summer leagues. Had a chance to do camps with Michael Jordan and B.J. Armstrong. Had a chance to do things with guys like Grant Hill and Dennis Rodman, and so that was a very exciting time as an athlete. Once I left Chicago, I decided to come back to the area. Continue to stay involved with the game of basketball. Got into coaching, got into doing basketball camps. Been doing camps for 20 years. Been coaching for over 20 years, multiple levels. Had some time to spend a lot of time at one of Jeff's feeder schools at Parkview. So a lot of good years coaching at Parkview. Had some time to coach at other schools such as Clarksville. Went on that Final Four run a couple years ago. I was a part of that, and I was able to finally get back at Jeff a couple years ago, and kind of, it was good to get back into that Red Devil spirit and try to get that program back to elite level like I know it's supposed to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So talking about that elite level, you were a part of those teams, the 91 regional championship team, 92 regional championship team, state finalists, correct? And so you kind of you were a really integral part of what got the ball rolling for that great run in the 90s, here at Jeff. Talk a little bit about some things that you learned during that time that you've taken with you, and then maybe some of your favorite memories from that time.
Well, definitely was. I remember, coming in even as a freshman, just always being astonished by the program and the players as a young kid, and I always said, I wanted to be on that floor as a player, as a varsity player. So by the time I was a sophomore, I was able to get the opportunity as a varsity starter, and we had some juniors, a lot of sophomores, a lot of freshmen that played varsity and JV. So I saw that, man, we can really do something here in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
And our goal was always to be on that list. Back then, it was one class system. Every week you saw the top 20 in the whole state of Indiana. And so it was always like, Jeff needs to be in this list every year. And that was the goal of ours. So my sophomore year was kind of like some growing pains. Learned a lot, though, got good experience. By the time I was a junior, we started off, new coach and everything with Coach Broughton. And our first game, we ended up losing to Charlestown. And they had a good team. But then after that, we won 15 straight. And before you knew it, we broke that top 20 mark for the first time. And that was kind of like a snowball effect. Once we did that, it was like, okay, we're in the top 20, let's get in the top 10. Yeah. And so that year, like you said, was able to bring a sectional championship back to Jeff, a regional championship back to Jeff. And those were awesome things that happened for the program. Then the following year, to my senior year, guys were developing. All of a sudden, we're being in the media and we're being on magazines and Hoosier basketball magazines, and we start off the season as number one. So once we hit number one, it was like, we're doing it. This is where Jeff needs to be. Look at all these teams in the entire state, and you see Jeffersonville up top. And I think once we did that, and we even got to a point where, we were ranked nationally in the nation, in USA Today in the top 10.
Wow.
And that was just, to me, even though, we made a good run in the tournament, we had some injuries, we got to the state finals, lost in overtime, and it was very heartbreaking. But I think at that point, we felt like, at least I was a part of that achievement, that this is what we wanted to do. We wanted to get Jeffersonville in the national state spotlight as an elite program. And I think that was one of probably the proudest things I think overall that we were able to do and achieve that.
That's awesome. That's tremendous. That's what I was actually just talking with our players, and I was talking about just being able to talk with former players and that pride that all of our former players carry with having Jeff across their chest. And I could see that just talking with you, and that's so awesome. Talking about that a little bit, what's some advice that you would have for current and future players that are coming through Jeff?
I would definitely say, a few things. I would say, number one, you got to be humble, because even though we achieved a lot of great things, it wasn't because of one person. It was a collective effort from coaches, trainers, administration, and players. We had talent, obviously, but we all had to make sacrifices.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, the one thing that we had to learn along the way. Because guys could have went to other schools and put up big numbers and averaged 30 points, but we all made that sacrifice as a unit for that Jeff across that jersey.
Yeah.
I think once guys embrace that it's about Jeff, you're representing not only you as a player, but your school, the community, the fans. You're representing Jeffersonville. And that's a big deal to a lot of people.
Yeah.
If they can just embrace that and yearn for that, I think that's when good things will happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's great. I'm gonna show this to the team for sure, because there is so much truth to that, because it does mean a lot to a lot of people in the history, the tradition. And I know for me, I'm very glad to be a part of it. And we got an opportunity to meet a little bit before we've done this interview. And like I said, I can hear it talking with you, just that pride that you have for Jeffersonville. So I'm excited about what the future holds and what we can do here. And I hope we can continue to make yourself and the previous players proud of what we're doing here. So again, I thank you so much for your time, and looking forward to seeing you at a lot of games this year. And always welcome to come in and visit for practices and whatever. So thank you so much for taking time to do this interview today.
I appreciate that, man. And I think it's first I want to say again, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
I wish you the best of luck. And if there's anything that I can do, between now and during the season, give me a holler. Let me know. I'll do whatever I can. And just know that I think it's awesome that players feel comfortable, especially former players, that hey, we want to be a part of this. We support this, and that the doors and gyms are open. I think you'll see a lot of us there.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.